You're watching the KOA Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, straight line winds bring damage to parts of Carthage.
Also, the polls are closed in Missouri and Oklahoma. We'll have the results from yesterday's votes.
And today it's going to be pretty chilly out there right now in the 40s. Clouds start to increase and winds increase as well.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowe.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney, 7 o'clock on this fine Wednesday morning.
Yes, it's hump day, halfway through the week. Hope you're enjoying. It was a little bit of a rocky start to the week as we mentioned, but we hope you're enjoying your week so far. And, it's going to be a little bit chillier out there, and we definitely feeling it after those storms on Monday.
Yes, it will be chilly, but luckily we start to get into the 70s by this weekend, so looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Well, on Monday night and into Tuesday morning, roofs peeled up, trees and telephone poles down, roads completely blocked, and many windows were broken. This is just some of the aftermath from Monday night's storm as it tore through much of the area, including the Carthage Square. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
Literally, it was like someone just kicked you in the gut because you think you just lost the entire building. And worse than that there, I thought I lost a very good friend.
Murphy's Law Restaurant and Bar's owner Frank Lyon describes these scary moments he lived inside his business as the straight line winds hit Carthage.
I get this alert on my phone, tornado warning. Almost immediately after we got hit, like all the lights went off. You could feel the building shake. You hear the stuff being blown around, everything else. I'm yelling at my wife to get downstairs.
After making sure everybody was safe, Lyon had the chance to assess some of the damage.
It's still soaked, so I'm kind of worried about this because it's now really soft. But it is like a waterfall coming down here.
The glass on his front door and his roof all went to the ground.
Everybody's exhausted because we've been trying to clean everything up all night.
Right now I am next to the roof of one of the buildings around the area, but business owners were telling me that at this point they cannot even know if the piece of roof is from their businesses or not. A lot of the debris has nails on them, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of these streets here are closed.
It looked like a war zone. I mean, it looked like everything's in the street. I had people next door to me crying in the street, and their cars are damaged, it's wiped out.
One of the next door neighbors whose car was damaged is Eli Wills. He said he just recently finished paying it off.
It really sucks trying to start from square one and build something, and it's all just taken.
Not only his car was damaged, but also the apartment where he lives.
To be honest, with the glass shattering, the water falling, and the way the building was shaking, and I know how old it is, I didn't know what was going on. I was scared.
A feeling shared with many other residents. In Carthage, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
A lot of the debris was removed from around the streets around the Carthage Square yesterday, and no injuries were reported. Definitely a sight to see over there, and it wasn't, they came out and said that it wasn't a tornado, it's 100-mile straight line winds, I believe.
Which can be just as damaging as a tornado.
We can see, absolutely.
And a lot of people do confuse it. For straight line winds, you're typically expecting debris to be falling in one direction. When a tornado comes through, you see debris in all sorts of directions because of the funnel cloud that is happening. So it is pretty dangerous. All sorts of severe weather.
Absolutely.
Always want to take precautions.
'Tis the season.
Yes, exactly. 'Tis the season. We're in that severe weather season. So
absolutely.
Now today, luckily, we are cooling off. Temperatures in the 40s right now across the region. We are starting to warm up into the 50s today, but with those fast winds right now, about out of the west, about 15 miles per hour, we are going to have a pretty cool wind chill value. We're also seeing gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour throughout the day. Now that's going to continue on until this evening. That's when they're going to start to die down, and we'll have some pretty calm winds for our Wednesday night. But it does cool us off, and we have some showers pushing through our northern counties. This is the remnants of the low pressure system that's already passed through. It's rotating back in just to give us a few more showers, like it didn't give us enough rain on Monday. But we've gotten a lot of rain. In our southern counties, we see about 2.5 inches of rain. Now that helps for our drought conditions, especially in those southern counties, because Those counties are the dry conditions, what we can expect to see improvement on in the next 3 to 6 months. Now, Montgomery County and the surrounding regions, we have more of a moderate to severe drought conditions. Those aren't going to be as easy to improve within the next severe weather season. Takes a little bit longer, 6 months to a year, to start to see improvements on that. But the rest of us, with all of the rain that we're getting in the next few weeks and months, we'll see a lot of improvement. And I'll have all those details for you up next.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. We'll check in with you soon. Well, Valley questions that will impact your taxes, streets, and schools are answered. Voters in both Missouri and Oklahoma went to the polls yesterday to decide on local issues. In many communities, those included tax proposals. We begin our coverage with a Joplin proposition to extend an existing 3/8% sales tax for 12 years. It would fund capital improvements such as street projects. That proposal passes by a vote of 2,141 to 1,391. Carl Junction voters were asked to extend an existing tax to fund an $18.5 million school bond proposition. Kids passes easily, 1,424 to 539. The school bond was also on the ballot in Rich Hill. It called for a tax hike. Voters said yes to that idea. A sales tax proposal in Barton County was to provide central dispatching for various emergency services such as fire and ambulances. 60% of voters said yes to that plan. Ballots in Nevada, Missouri included a $15 million revenue bond proposal for the waterworks and sewer system. Voters apparently liked that idea. The vote was 517 to 243. And the White Rock Fire Protection District proposed a plan that would change its funding formula, increasing sales tax while reducing property taxes. That proposal passes. Voters in Fidelity, Missouri accepted a plan to impose a half-cent sales tax for economic development. And voters in a number of communities considered a so-called use tax that's typically imposed on certain goods and services that are not subject to a sales tax. Jasper County voters approved that use tax proposal by a wide margin. The use tax proposal also appeared in Carl Junction ballots. More than 1,100 votes were cast, and it appears to fail narrowly by 3 votes. A proposal to impose a local use tax in Nevada passed on a vote of 485 to 282 votes. And one more use tax on ballots yesterday. This one in Knoll, Missouri. Voters there approved that proposal. No voters also considered a 3% tax on the sale of recreational marijuana. Voters said yes to that idea by a wide margin. And voters in Asbury easily passed an identical marijuana tax proposal for their community. In addition to the various tax questions, voters in a number of Southwest Missouri and Northeast Oklahoma communities elected members to various school boards and city and county positions. You'll find the latest numbers for many of those races at KOAMnewsnow.com. And those are our top stories. Coming up next, there are multiple events happening this week in the weekend in the 4 states. We'll hear from Tony Holfeld and John Bartlow. But first, here's a live look from downtown Fort Scott.
Shop with us at Miss Stacy's Home and Decor and give your home the makeover it deserves.
Well, Tony Holfeld is with us this morning, and Tony is one of the organizers of the St. Anne's Charity Auction. He is here to share what you can expect when you visit the auction this Saturday. Welcome, Tony. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. I mean, I can't help but dive right into this. We'll talk about the St. Anne's auction. Just let us know, what's going on with all of that.
Yeah. So we've got our annual fundraising auction coming up this weekend on Saturday, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. We've got both the live and silent auction, and we have tons and tons of great items and Our theme this year is Under the Big Top, so it's a circus theme, and it's been a lot of fun doing that as well. So
amazing. And so can you talk to me a little bit about, what will be up for auction? I know you brought some pieces of pretty unique things here.
A couple things that, I don't know, there's a couple people that everybody seems to be talking about.
Who would that
Swift
be?
and Travis Kelce. So,
you may have heard of them.
Yeah, we've got a signed Taylor Swift album. We've got a signed Travis Kelce helmet. And those are just a couple of things we have. We've got a beautiful original Andy Thomas, the local artist, painting that he did for St. Anne's. We have vacation packages. We have everything. There's something for everybody there, both in the silent and the live.
Wonderful. And can you talk to me a little bit about where these funds from the auction will go towards and just kind of how that will help other folks as well?
Yeah, so it is our biggest fundraiser for St. Anne's Church and school. The school is run by the church, and it's a preschool through 6th grade in Carthage, Missouri. And this just goes to support everything that the church does and the school does, and continuing to try to grow both of those is our goal, and we can't do it without fundraising efforts like this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, if people want to come down, where can they come? What day? What time? All those details.
Yeah. So it's April 6th in Carthage. At the CRM Auditorium in Carthage, so where they have Marian Days and the Christmas lights and all that stuff. So at 6 o'clock, doors open. You can get tickets by going to StAnnesAuction.com. We'll also have tickets available at the door. And another thing we're doing is our big raffle this year. So we're giving away a brand new 2024 RV from Mid-America.
Oh,
RV,
wow.
Or $10,000 cash. So if you're not a big camper, everybody needs $10,000 in cash. So you can buy those tickets as well online.
Absolutely.
At StAnnesAuction.com or the night of. So.
Incredible organization, going to, incredible work with really impressive things to bid on this year. Thank you so much, Tony, for being with us this morning. Remember that the auction takes place this Saturday. Be sure to come on down and bid on this. I mean, just incredible. I'm like kind of blown away.
Yeah. Give it up. It's going to be a little tough.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll be right back after this.
Bad boy mowers aren't built for everyone. They're built for the
furniture. You've never seen deals like this before.
Ollie's! Good stuff, cheap!
Good morning. I hope everyone's having a wonderful start to your morning. We've got a nice little sunrise out in 7th and Range Line camera. You can see clouds are starting to increase, so we had a pretty clear night. And we do also have some showers pushing into our northern counties. Not long lived. It'll be over in another hour or two. But if you're starting your day out in those northern counties near Nevada, Pittsburgh even, you may want to bring an umbrella just to start your day. We're not seeing any more rain coming in until Saturday. Our next system's west of Vancouver right now. So for the next couple of days, we're on a warming trend as that ridge passes our area. Thankfully, too, because the last couple of days have been cool. Since Monday, our high was 75, dropped pretty significantly after that cold front passed through, giving us all those pretty damaging storms, down to 49 degrees on Tuesday for a high. High today is only getting up to mid-50s across the region. Starting your day right now, about 40 degrees, cloudy a little bit. We still see some sky out there. Winds will pick up as we move into the afternoon, and clouds do increase as well. About 54 for our high, so mid-50s across the region, but these wind gusts are going to continue throughout the day, gusting 25, 30 throughout most of the day, but we can see gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour. Not too bad, and we'll start to die down as we move into the evening hours. Tonight we'll have pretty calm winds as we move into the overnight hours, but it will drop these wind chill values down quite a bit. Right now it's about 40 degrees, but it feels like it's in the upper 20s, so it's going to be pretty chilly. And as we warm up to about 50 degrees today, it's only going to feel like it's in the mid 30s, so it's going to be pretty cool for your day, and continuing to drop back down tonight. We will start to warm up tomorrow though. However, we've got this ridge forming over our area, so winds calm down. Temperatures get up to 60s tomorrow and 70s on Friday, continuing out through the day. Now we do have our next chance of rain coming in Saturday evening around 6, 7 p.m. We can expect to see that. Nothing too severe. We may see a thunderstorm or two as that cold front passes, but that's just one of two low pressure systems that we're getting this week. One giving us that rain on Saturday. And then our secondary low pressure system will be moving in right behind that, giving us some more rainfall starting Monday night into Tuesday. We're going to have thunderstorms all day on Tuesday and heavy rainfall all the way through Wednesday. Tonight, what you can expect, temperatures drop down to about 32 degrees. So we may see a freeze warning tonight, but we'll start to warm up mid-70s by the rest of the weekend. Some rain Saturday night. And then we have another cold front moving in on Tuesday, dropping those temperatures pretty significantly. But we'll keep you updated on all the rain chances we've got this week. And Elise will be back with more news after this.
After mile. Start your journey today at wadesrv.com.
Well, if you're in Pittsburgh this Saturday, then you should head on over to Pitt State for their Go Pitt Fest party. John Bartlow joins us this morning, who's the Dean of Students at Pittsburgh State, to share what you can expect not only on Saturday, but just throughout the week. Welcome, John. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So, yeah, can you talk to me a little bit about the Go Pitt Fest week and just what people can expect?
Absolutely. So we typically in the spring, we have lots of different events going on that are centered around our students, around our alumni, around our donors, and around our community. And so we've had a group working really hard this year to put all those things into 1 week so we can bring all those different parties together.
Yes,
so
incredible.
we can celebrate together. And so today is Apple Day on campus. That's the Pittsburgh State University Commemoration Day, dating back to 1903.
Exciting.
So we'll have celebrations with students, faculty, and staff today. And tomorrow we have Rainn Wilson coming to the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts. And so if you don't know who Rainn Wilson is, Dwight Schrute from The Office. But
incredible, great guest to have.
Yes, so we're incredibly excited about that, and he's a philanthropist and philosopher, and we're excited to hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. What in particular will he be sharing and talking about?
Well, you know, it sounds like he's got a very broad life experience, so we're very excited that he's going to have an opportunity to sit down with our students. And Andrew Stefanoni, who works on our campus, will be interviewing him on the stage at the Bicknell Center, so we're incredibly excited to have him on campus.
It'd be great to learn from him for students especially.
It will be.
Exciting.
I think he goes much deeper than The Office. So.
Absolutely. Excited. Yeah. And then can you talk to me a little bit about the Go Fest party happening on Saturday?
Yeah. So kind of the culmination of our week is this Go Pitt Fest party on Saturday. That morning, Saturday morning, is going to start out with something called the Big Event. So we have nearly 500 PSU students who are going to go throughout the Pittsburgh community, helping to clean up yards, clean gutters, clean up leaves. And then that evening at 5 o'clock, we're going to have the inaugural Go Pitt Fest party. It's going to be outside, weather's looking good, and it'll be outside at the Bicknell Center. We have an amazing stage from our friends at Progressive Products, Apex Stage Company in Pittsburgh. They're donating the stage. We will have a student band opening up at 5 o'clock. They're called Little Green Men. And so all PSU students, we're very excited about that. Kind of a jazzy funk kind of group.
Fun.
And then we have two of our regional favorite bands that are going to be playing. Stone Country, Dan Dooling and crew will be playing country hits from 30 years ago all up to now. They are playing at 6:30, and then Bill and Monica's Excellent Adventure, a really awesome 90s band, will be playing to wrap up the night until about 9:30 p.m. It's free. We're going to have a beer garden. We're going to have food trucks. It's a bring your lawn chair, sit in the grass, and
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
It sounds absolutely amazing.
You bet.
If you'd like more information, be sure to visit their website at pittstate.com/edu/GoPittFest. We'll be right back with more news after this.
North Main and Fountain Road in Joplin.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:27. I'm Elise Snowy. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment has issued a stream advisory for Shoal Creek from the Missouri state line to the confluence with the Spring River and south to the Oklahoma state line in Cherokee County. The KDHE says the stream advisory is a result of a raw sewage release near Joplin. You should not enter these areas of the stream or river and to keep children and pets away. This Joplin City Council last night met to discuss the possibility of a fiber optic network. Members approved the proposal on first reading. If it's approved on the second and third readings at a later meeting, the city would okay an agreement with the company Allo Missouri LLC to construct the fiber optic network. That network would help provide high quality, high speed internet access to Joplin residents and businesses.
Four core values: we want to make the local, honest, exceptional, and hassle-free. So what we do is we make it easy for the residents of business to do business with us. We're going to have local employees in the marketplace. We're going to have storefronts. So no matter how the customer wants to do business, whether it's reaching out to us on the phone, stopping in our storefront, or just ordering through our website, we're there to take care of their needs.
Under the agreement, the network's facilities would be open and operated by Allo, but located within the city. Carthage residents also shared concerns about not hearing tornado sirens on Monday night. The city says the tornado warning alert was activated by the National Weather Service. At the same time, the electric company's computers indicated a power outage on the square. City officials say at that time, storm shelters were being opened.
We did make the call to try to get the shelters opened up, but as fast as it happened, I was behind the 8 ball on that, and I would have liked to have set the sirens off, and then I made the decision not to sound them after the tornado had hit.
Fire Chief Ryan Huntley says they'll evaluate what can be done better in the future. The city of Fairland, Oklahoma broke ground on a brand new Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa County. Funding for the project came through a partnership with the Cherokee Nation. The size of the new building will serve current kids as well as kids on the waiting list, and as one official said, kids in the future.
We will be able to expand services in this current facility. Right now, in the space we're serving kids in, we're at capacity and we have a waiting list, and we really don't want that. We want enough space to serve all of the kids who need it here in Fairland, and so the opportunity to have more square footage to serve more kids is a big deal for us. And so this building, the moment we open, will alleviate that waiting list.
The new Boys and Girls Club is scheduled for its grand opening this August. Joplin High School's Performing Arts Center hosted the work of some very talented artists yesterday. The annual Joplin K-12 Art Show showcased a variety of artwork from nearly every Joplin school. Joplin High School is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the show runs until April 16th.
So today, temperatures are pretty chilly. We are getting up to about mid-50s for our high. But in the next couple of days, we will start to warm up as we see a ridge form over our area. It's going to be pretty nice. Sun comes out, temperatures get back up into the 70s. So I know I'm looking forward to that. Until then, after that, we'll have some rain come in Saturday night, maybe a thunderstorm or two due to the low pressure system that will be making its way into our area. Once on Saturday night, and then we have another low pressure system coming in on Tuesday. Late Monday night into Tuesday morning, that's when we're going to expect some more thunderstorms. But like I said, until then, we're going to have some nice temperatures. Tonight we get down to about 32, so possibly there could be a freeze warning. But Thursday we're warming up, Friday into the 70s, and even on Saturday up to the mid 70s. But we do have some rain chances coming in, and then after that, cooling off just a bit, a couple of degrees on Sunday, warming back up, and then we have a cold front coming through on Tuesday. So it's going to be a little up and down throughout the next couple of days into the next week or so, but today you can experience some fast winds, clouds increase, and temperatures only getting up to the mid-50s. So it's going to be a pretty chilly day, but luckily no storms today, not until Saturday. So we've got that going for us. Now back to Elise for more news.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, the weather is brutal in parts of the U.S. this week. The storm system behind recent tornadoes, flooding, and snow is pushing east, leaving behind a path of destruction. Officials are urging drivers anywhere in the storm's wake to beware of downed trees hiding power lines. Today, severe storms are dousing Pennsylvania and parts of surrounding states. Up north, it's a snowy day in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, with a blizzard warning in northern Michigan. Powerful earthquakes rock the entire island of Taiwan early Wednesday. Taiwan's Earthquake Monitoring Bureau said the quake packed a magnitude of 7.2, with the U.S. Geological Survey putting it at a 7.4. A tsunami off of up to 10 feet was felt on the Japanese island group of Okinawa as a result of the earthquake. It's believed to be the biggest quake Taiwan has experienced since 1999. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. We'll hear how a Florida police officer and his canine partner worked together to locate a missing toddler. We'll be right back. Downtown Fort Scott.
Here at Flowers, and take a look around to create the look that you want to make your roof over the top.
Well, Emily Frankowski is the Executive Director of Connect to Culture, and she's with us this morning to share about a few of the April performances. Welcome, Emily. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Can you talk to me a little bit about just some of the performances that are going on in the month of April?
Yeah, Connect Culture has a ton of performances in April, actually 4.
Oh,
and
wow.
This is the end of our official season, though we have performances all year round. So we've got 3 ticketed performances, 1 free performance. And what I really want everyone to know is now through the 10th of April, we have a 20% discount on those tickets.
That's incredible.
So now is the time to buy them if you want to go.
Yes.
We've got a lot. The first one up is on the 13th of April.
Okay.
And it is a celebration of Elvis Presley's recordings from Sun Studios.
Amazing.
Yeah, with
Wow.
the Hot Club of Cowtown and Tyler Hilton. And so if you haven't heard of Hot Club of Cowtown,
I don't think I have,
they are a really great hot jazz and just Western swing trio. And they're just amazing. And then Tyler Hilton is a singer-songwriter. Some people might notice him from One Tree Hill. He was a very famous character on One Tree Hill.
I remember that now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting flashbacks right now. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna have to go now.
He played Elvis in the biopic motion feature film Walk the Line with Johnny Cash.
Yes, I do remember that
It's
movie
going to be
as
a really
well.
fun celebration.
Incredible. Yeah.
And, you know, some of the most famous Elvis songs, like That's All Right, you know, you'll hear things, their take on it. So it's a lot of fun.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then next up on the 20th, we've got John Tavis Willis, who is an up-and-coming blues artist.
Oh, wow.
And just an amazing guitarist. You know, if he's played with some of the most prominent, well-known blues musicians. He's Grammy nominated, and so you know that's the thing about our artists that we bring in with Connect to Culture. Sometimes you don't know their names, but you've just got to trust us. We are bringing high-quality artists here, and we want everyone to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
So he's an amazing artist coming up, and then after John Tavius,
Okay.
and he's a free performance. He's the one free
amazing, yes.
due to some funding from the Corley Trust. So we're really
Be
happy.
sure to check that
No
out then for
tickets.
sure. Absolutely,
Exactly.
yeah.
And then Time for 3 coming up on April 23rd. This is an amazing group.
Okay.
You just have to just go to YouTube and type in Joy by
Okay.
Time for 3. This is a composition they created. It's 3 string players that are just incredibly talented. And you know, they play all types of music. They call themselves a classically trained garage band.
I love that. That's amazing.
And so they all started off going to a really prestigious music school called the Curtis Institute in Philadelphia. And so they play, you know, jazz, rock, bluegrass, hip hop with string instruments.
Wow,
I tell you, just look them up, and they're very young and very cute as well.
Okay.
I'll say that, lady. So that's a really fun one. You know, trust me, they are amazing. And then finishing up with Pirates of Penzance in one act and a night of Gilbert and Sullivan favorites with the New York Gilbert and Sullivan Players. This is a group that kind of really celebrates Gilbert and Sullivan comic operas, and they have their own thing that they do in New York City. They're going on their almost 50th year being a company, being repertory theater for Gilbert and Sullivan. And we're bringing them to Joplin. They will do kind of a distilled Pirates of Penzance, and then the second half, they come out and take audience suggestions of Gilbert and Sullivan favorites.
Oh,
that
how
people
fun. So
wanna
it's
hear.
like interactive for the
yeah.
audience as well. That's incredible.
You could ask them to sing something that's one of your favorite tunes from Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of this is thanks to our wonderful sponsors like Freeman Health System, and we're passionate about bringing
Yes.
performing arts and supporting community arts in Joplin. So if you use promo code April 2024 now
Okay.
through April 10th, you'll get 20% off tickets, which is our largest discount by far. And John
Amazing.
Tavius is a free performance. So if
Yes.
you want to just test out the waters, with
No
Connect to
excuse
Culture,
not to check it out
Exactly.
then. Yeah, absolutely. Well, be sure to do that and check out those incredible performances for the month of April. Thank you, Emily, for joining us this morning. And remember, if you want more information, you can visit their website at connecttoculture.org. Stick around. We'll be back with more weather and news right after this.
My moderate to severe plaque.
So those outdoor creatures can stay where they belong.
It is looking to be a gorgeous morning. You can see the sunrise coming up. Clouds are still there, but we do start to see them kind of diminish over the next couple of hours. They'll come back again this evening though, and winds do pick up as well. Now we've had some showers in our northern counties early this morning, but they are also starting to diminish as they pass through our region. So we don't have any more rain to worry about. Not until Saturday. Our next system still sitting off the coast of West Vancouver, making its way into our area late Saturday afternoon, early evening time. We'll get some heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms, but nothing too severe. Now, temperatures are going to start to increase, thankfully, because it is pretty chilly out there. We went from 75 for a high on Monday down to 49 for a high on Tuesday, and we'll continue that trend, only getting up to the mid-50s today. Starting right now, you're getting ready to go off to school or work. About 40 degrees, a little cloudy, but not too bad. Winds pick up though. Clouds increase later on this evening, and we get up to about 54 degrees in Joplin and 50s in the surrounding areas. Now, winds are starting to pick up, gusting 30-35 miles per hour throughout the day. As we get to the later afternoon hours, they'll start to die down a little bit, gusting only about 20-25 miles per hour. And by this evening, they'll be pretty much calm throughout the area. Now, it's going to bring a chilly effect to those temperatures, wind chill values in the 20s, and we're only getting up to about the 30s for those wind chill values due to those winds and just the fact that it's a little bit chillier today than it has been lately. But we do see that trend start to change as this ridge forms over our area. Moving in later on today and tomorrow, we see temperatures warming up to about mid-60s tomorrow and 70s on Friday. That trend's going to continue. We'll have 70s all the way through the weekend into early next week. We've got some rain coming in Saturday night. After that passes, we've got a secondary low pressure system right behind it. That's going to bring us more rain moving in late Monday into Tuesday. We've got some thunderstorm chances and heavy rainfall as that low pressure system passes on Tuesday through Wednesday. So we've got a lot of rain in the forecast, and that's good for our drought conditions. But I know after that storm that passed and those straight line winds and the funnel cloud caused some damage, we do not want to see any more severe weather like that. We want to make sure everyone's staying safe and prepared for the severe weather season. But we do have some thunderstorm chances in the forecast. Starting tonight, we'll get down to about 32 degrees. So we could see a freeze warning in effect tonight, but the next couple of days warming up and the next chance of rain coming in Saturday evening. Now over to Consumer Watch with Elise.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, a San Francisco lawmaker has proposed a new bill that would safeguard employees' right to disconnect, allowing workers to ignore text and calls from work after hours. Bill AB 2751 would be the first of its kind in the U.S. France has implemented a right to disconnect policy in 2017, with several countries following suit. The bill is likely to see pushback by some, as California tech companies are already working in a competitive global landscape. Entering the country is becoming more expensive. The fee for the Custom and Border Protection Service Global Entry will increase for the first time in more than 15 years to $120. The new cost will cover membership for 5 years. Applicants under 18 years old will be exempt from paying the fee. The Global Entry program allows members to receive expedient immigration clearance. Tuition is nearing 6 digits at some colleges. Some private colleges are raising their tuition to more than $90,000 for the first time ever. The College Board estimates the average price at a private nonprofit college is $60,000 compared to $29,000 for in-state public schools and $47,000 for out-of-state public schools. Most colleges are focusing on more financial aid by requiring lower-income families to pay 10% of the advertised cost. Well, those are our top Consumer Watch stories this morning. Now let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Good. White House, and now the Tamron Hall Show. We're saying, yeah, glow, next Tamron Hall.
Tamron Hall, this morning at 10, right here on Fox 14.
A missing 3-year-old boy was found safe last week, all thanks to a Florida police dog. Pamela Comey introduces us to Midnight and explains how the canine got the job done.
It's different talk.
This sweet guy deserves to be happy, especially after finding a missing 3-year-old boy Friday morning.
He was dragging me through the woods, and he wasn't going to stop.
While now it's all fun and games, when it comes to his job, Midnight gets it done. DeLand Police Corporal Damon Clark says all he had to do was give him a sniff of the 3-year-old's blanket and then send him off.
I would say we were on the ground probably 45 minutes or so. Which feels like hours and hours and hours when you're being dragged behind the dog through the woods.
Corporal Clark says he was full of cuts and scrapes, but despite the challenging terrain, Midnight was successful.
He was in this little thicket of, it was very thick. The dog was actually able to get to him much quicker than I was because I'm getting caught up on vines and trees and shrubbery and stuff like that.
The 3-year-old would often play in the woods, which is why Clark says he likely wandered off, but he got lost. Thankfully, the boy had his tablet and stayed in one spot, making it easier to track him down. When Midnight found him, he was very excited.
By the time I got back there, he's licking the little boy's face and he's all over the little boy and he's looking back at me like, hey, I got it, here it is.
And of course, Midnight was rewarded with a burger and one of his favorite toys. But none of this would have happened without the help of Clark.
I'm the dumb end of the leash, so he does all the work. My job is just to read him, read his body language, and understand what he's telling me because obviously he can't talk.
Clark helped Midnight retrace his steps whenever he lost track of the boy's scent. At one point, the dog also had to get another sniff of the blanket to make sure he was on the right track. The two work well together. Clark knows to be successful, he has to pay attention to the dog's needs.
Oh, how cute is that? What a good dog. Oh
what
my
a
gosh.
Great dog. I love dogs.
I do too.
Clearly.
I saw my dogs this weekend when I went to visit my family, and they're not that smart and they're not that good at doing things, but still cute nonetheless.
I've got a really smart dog, but she is stubborn. So sometimes smart isn't always what it's cracked up to be.
Oh yes. So what can we expect for a little bit more of our forecast this week?
Well, it's going to be pretty cool for the next day or two. We'll start to warm up tomorrow, but today fast winds, clouds increase, and tonight we're dropping down to about 32 degrees, so right at freezing, and we could expect a freeze watch or freeze warning tonight, but we will start to warm up in the next couple of days, and then our next chance of rain not until Saturday evening. After that, another couple of days, and then we got thunderstorm chances next week. So it's a little up and down for the next 10 days or so. And we will have more news after the break.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands that helps you get the most for your money so you can
salute Alan Garner, a 4-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment has issued a stream advisory for the Shoal Creek from the Missouri state line to the confluence with the Spring River and south to the Oklahoma state line in Cherokee County. Residents are instructed to not enter these areas of the stream or river and keep children and pets away. The most recent storm system is leaving behind a path of destruction. Tornadoes have left people in parts of Kentucky homeless. Blizzards warnings are in effect for parts of the northern U.S., and severe storms are expected to continue for Pennsylvania and parts of the surrounding states today. A powerful earthquake rocked the entire island of Taiwan early this morning. Taiwan's Earthquake Monitoring Bureau said the quake packed a magnitude of 7.2. with the U.S. Geological Survey putting it at a 7.4. It's believed to be the biggest quake Taiwan has experienced since 1999.
And checking out your 10-day forecast, today we'll see pretty windy conditions, cooling that wind chill value down. It says 56, but it's going to feel like it's in the 30s. It's going to be pretty chilly today, partly sunny, partly cloudy. Temperatures tonight drop down to 32, so we could see a freeze watch tonight. But for the next couple of days, we'll start to warm up. 61 for our high tomorrow and 70 for our high on Friday. So we're getting back into the 70s by this weekend. And then another chance of rain coming in Saturday night as a low pressure system makes its way through our area. And then a secondary low pressure system comes through again Monday night into Tuesday, giving us some thunderstorms on Tuesday.
Can't complain about the next few days with that warming up, though.
Definitely not. I will be outside for that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lindsay. Police set up an April Fool's Day speed trap to catch hikers, runners, and dog walkers at the Trinity Trails in Fort Worth, Texas. Footage released by Fort Worth Police Department shows Officer Buddy Calzada pretending to catch trail users reaching alleged speeds of up to 107 miles per hour. Officer Calzada is no stranger to the camera, having previously starred in a viral recruitment video for the department in 2022. Don't go hiking over there.
No, I won't. Don't worry.
Well, yes. And thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news at noon, and weather at noon, I should say. Have a great rest of your day.